What's up, guys? I'm doing a commentary today with my friend JJ,
What's up, guys?
and we're going to be covering a topic that is pretty funny because just we're bored, so yeah, we thought it would be a good idea. And it's like, it was like a field trip, and we were going to DC, and it was like with our grade, and the situation happened that is completely like retarded. And the principal. Here, I'll just leave it at that. You can start it.
Alright, so first off, we live about 5 or so hours away from DC, and, or Washington, DC, and, so it's a pretty long bus ride, because I guess we got bus there, but it was good buses. We were all together, because, a bunch of our friends were all roomed, because there was rooms of 4, and you could write down who you want to be roomed with. So, we all roomed together, all 4 of us, and, so we got put on the same bus, obviously. So when we get back, I mean, the first day, we'll do this, alright, the first day, we go to, our dinner reservations got, like, canceled or something, so they bring us to, like, some diner, and it was, like, a buffet, and it was really weird.
It was fucking retarded.
It was terrible food.
All the people were wicked short and, like, 2 feet
Italian.
tall.
Yeah, it was a
The
weird
only
place.
good food they had were fries. It was a sack of shit.
It was pretty sketchy. So after we got bussed out of there, we got to go to our hotel. And I'm usually a very, like, upbeat type person of the group. I like to get everybody, like, hyped. And the whole bus ride, I was getting everyone hyped. Like, guys, we're going to stay up until, like, 1 o'clock. It's going to be sick. And we were eating a bunch of junk food the whole time. We get
Ended
back.
up going to bed at, like, getting tired and, like, getting
Yeah.
nauseous at, like, 8.
It was so bad. We got to the room probably around 7:30. The first half an hour, we were just going crazy. We had TV on, we were eating so much junk food. And of course, the first night, the hype man himself, me, I get sick. And I'm, like, on the floor. It's like,
literally get sick.
not literally, but I just felt so bad. And I was on the floor, like, 8 o'clock. And I was like, oh, guys, stop. They were, like, throwing ice at me. It was no good. I was so bad. And so that's pretty much the rest of the night. They were just assholes to me. They threw ice at me all the time. I was, like, on the floor, like, dying. And they were just being so mean to me. And then, you know, you get your food for breakfast. And day 2, what did we do day 2? Or technically day 1.
I don't even know. We probably, like, sucked each other's dicks. I have no idea.
We went to a couple memorials.
Yeah, it was just memorials,
yeah.
you know, normal, and then we, like, wasn't like the third night?
It was the third night, yeah. So I think that night it was a lot better.
Yeah,
Oh,
day
okay.
Day 2 was just, like, regular,
It was
just
normal.
memorials, then go to bed, and then wake up, and then the third day was a bitch. So, we got up, and went to our memorials, did our thing, and, on the bus ride back, before we got released to go into our hotel and all that, the bus drivers were like, oh, you can meet up with your friends, you know, for like 10 or 20 minutes or whatever, and then you have to go back to your rooms. And they didn't say anything about what gender. And, like, our group, we have like 6 or 7 people, I have no idea, like 6 people in our group, like our close friend group. And 2 of them, I think it was 2 or 3, yeah, 3 girls went to our room, and we didn't hear the gender thing, and we didn't really think much of it, and we didn't think that they were going to yell at us or do whatever. So, like, my girlfriend, my friend's girlfriend, and, like, another one of our friends, that's a girl, went to our room, and the teacher was wondering where they were, and supposedly, all three of the girls' friends, I'm not going to say any names, but we'll call her Julia. Julia told the teacher where they were, which they were in our room, and she said that they were giving us, like, blowjobs and, like, pretty much having, like, sex with us or something.
The teacher said that.
It was, like, pretty much like orgy.
That's
she said
what
that to the teacher, and so the teacher comes in, she knocks on the door, we open it, she's like, you three, come with us. Or you three, come with me.
Yeah, 3 girls.
Yeah. And then
We were like,
they
oh
leave,
god.
and then, do you want to explain it now?
Yeah. Alright, so when they leave, well, the person who said, like,
when they leave, we're all like, shit.
we're like, alright, we're screwed. And so me and another kid who was rooming with us, we were the ones awkwardly not having a girlfriend, so we just kind of were like sitting on the bed.
Yeah, they were fighting the entire time.
Yeah, we were like punching
each other. Sitting
other.
next to each other. And another thing, we weren't doing anything. I'm dead serious. Like, we were literally talking.
Boys and girls on one bed and boys on the other, and we were just like talking.
And for like 10 minutes or something.
And then this other girl who's rooming with another girl, they found out that they were there, and then they just said that they were having like blowjob and stuff in our room. And what happened was,
and the girl that said that, she completely just like doesn't like us and kind of hates us, and
yeah. So that was that. When the girls left, we were like, oh god, we're all screwed. And then we have our chaperone was a teacher, a science teacher that, from what people say, nobody liked her. But she was practically one of the nicest teachers I ever met. She was awesome. She was a really good chaperone.
She was understandable and like reasonable.
She was really reasonable. She was great. This other teacher, their chaperone, the girl chaperone, comes into our room, and first of all, she can't do that. She's not our chaperone. She should not be in charge of our punishment. So she comes in. She's trying to talk to us, and our chaperone comes in, right? And she like absolutely burned. Yeah, the
other teacher was like, hey, you cannot let them do that or whatever to like our chaperone. And then our chaperone was like, alright, leave it to me, shut the fuck up and get out. That's pretty much how it was. She
literally was like, you know what, these are my kids, you can leave like right now. And the teacher just had this stare, and she was like,
yeah, the other teacher just kind of looked at her like, are you fucking kidding me? And then just walked away. It was the funniest thing. We were all like, ooh.
We were like, ooh, and the teacher just like, I swear to God, she was probably turned the corner and like fingered us. It was like, but we were like, ooh, and that was probably not a good thing to do, obviously, but we still did it. And then the vice principal, who really,
here's the thing, she's a sack of shit, is what she is.
Yeah, she's not that nice of a person. And she just comes in, she sits down in a chair, like, yo, what are you doing just sitting down in my chair like that? Like, that's just not cool, right? There's, like, a bag of gummy worms. She, like, sat on the gummy worms. I'm like, bro, come on, what you doing? She just sits down, and she's like...
when she was talking, like, looking back on it now, I really wish I would have said, like, this really isn't a big deal. Like, we were literally just talking. I don't know why you can't just give us like a warning to not do this. It was a complete misunderstanding and all this. Like, she was just being so like, she's like, nah, this is a big deal. Could affect like the other grades. Like, we might not go to DC. It's like 6 people did something that like was a like misconception, and she's treating it like we're committed a fucking federal crime.
Yeah, so we're like sitting down there and we're getting yelled at. And looking back on it,
sack of shit.
I was like, when they was just going over this, I was in my head, I was like, yo, this is dumb, and I didn't do anything. Nobody really did anything, but I'm not doing this. And she's asking for her mom's phone number. She's gonna like call them, like,
yeah,
oh heck
like,
no.
My mom before this, and I was like, Mom, I literally said this to her. I was like, Mom, this is complete bullshit. We didn't do any of this.
Yeah, so we already called most of our moms. I texted my mom, and I was like, you know what? When the second she asked for our mom's phone number, I was like, oh, heck no. I tell her my home phone. I didn't even say the cell phone. And I was like, oh, hell no. And so she puts on the home phone, and then after that, I was like, I don't want to say the principal's name, but I said her name. I was like, I'm not trying to like get myself out of all of this, but I literally didn't do anything. I just sat there, and she's like, You seriously did nothing. You just sat there. And I'm like,
you know what I did? I covered JJ's ass.
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
yeah.
the one who got JJ out of this.
And then
if it wasn't for me, he would
Yeah,
gotten
he
in
just
trouble.
speaks up. He's like, yeah, he did nothing at all, so yeah, you can shut up. And then she's like, all right. She goes to everybody in my room. She's like, did you see him do anything? And he was like, no. And he's like, next person, like, do you see him? No. And then Brian's like, do you see him? He's like, bitch, get the fuck out of my room. And that's pretty much what Brian said. And that was then like, all right, fine. She like crosses out my name, crosses out the phone number, and I was like, all right, sick. And then I literally go in the bathroom. I just like leave everyone, which I kind of feel bad about doing. I literally went in the bathroom and turned the shower on, and I was literally.
Did you like take a shower?
I was like, no, I was like taking a poop or something. But I turned the shower on anyway, and they were like still in the room. I just like took a shower.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I went to take a shower, and then. I don't really know. I think you guys, what you say? What happened after that?
So
After I
pretty
went to take a
much,
shower.
she asked for like all of her phone numbers, and then she's like, okay, we'll like let you know in the morning. And the morning was so fucking awkward. I thought I was gonna get like death threats in the fucking morning. I don't even know. Like, oh, by the way, this the Julia girl, like quote unquote Julia, it's not her actual name, but she never got in trouble. Like, no teacher came to her and said anything like, oh, you're in trouble. She didn't get in trouble whatsoever. And that really pisses me off, like, to this day. And, yeah, so after that, she asked for our phone numbers, and I think she, like, emailed our parents probably or something like that. I have no idea. My mom said she never got a call or, like, an email or anything, so I don't know what the fuck that fuck was doing, but, yeah, and then I told my mom, and then she wasn't mad at all. Like, she was like, okay, yeah, you guys are...
At first
still
she
you
did
guys are good kids.
At first she did side with the principal. She's like, well, you guys really shouldn't have been done that. And then Brian's like, hey, shut up. And that pretty much from there, she changed sides to ours and like, yeah, this is actually bullshit.
My mom wasn't mad. She was just like, okay, yeah, just you, like, I know you guys are good kids and you wouldn't do anything to like, what is it called? Like, not like follow the rules or whatever or something like that. So, yeah, it was complete bullshit pretty much. Like, I don't even know. It's retarded. Yeah,
and then one of our roommates' mom was like kind of pissed, but kind of not. I think he like lost Xbox for a week or something. And the other one's like mom was like, yeah, okay.
No, but then after a while, his mom was just like whatever with it. But then one of the girls' moms, her mom, like grounded her for like a week.
Yeah.
She's the one that like didn't do anything, and because she was always like the nervous one, and I found that really funny because she like didn't really do anything that much.
And she got in the most trouble.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, that I guess that's our story.
That's about it.
And it was complete bullshit, and we call her Mrs. Gradoff because she's such a bitch.
Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in to this 6 Dual Com. Peace out.
Peace.